up troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite tips and tricks to make you a better Battle Royale player. Now before we get started, I've just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so what I want to do is give away 10 Steam codes today. All you've got to do to be a part of that is subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video and leave a comment, anything what you like, as long as it's in line with Fortnite. It's got to be Fortnite related and you're in with a chance to win. I'm giving away 10 in total, so you know, it's not just, I'm not giving all 10 to one player. I'm going to give 10 separate keys out to my subscribers as a thank you for all the support that you've given me. So what I want this guide to be able to do is get you guys into the top 10 much more often and show you how to get massive advantages on your enemies when you're fighting, because a lot of the time when you're in game, you know, things are moving fast, it's hard to think about a lot of things, and what this will do, it won't just show you the tips on what you should be doing in game, it'll also show you the stuff what to do in the lobby as well, and what you should be doing to practice and increase your game even while you're not actually playing. So let's get on with the guide, jump in game, and see what we can do to get the edge over everyone else. Okay, so let's get started with tip number one then. Tip number one is to calibrate. What you want to do is go into settings, go to game, and find mouse sensitivity, which is here. And that wants to be anywhere between 0.2 and 0.3, depending on how you feel about it when you get on there. Now find an object in the distance. If you're on a PC using mouse and keyboard, it wants to be one mouse swipe to the side, and that wants to be able to spin you all the way around back to your starting location. If you're on a controller or you're on console, then it wants to take about 1 second, so you just have to time that in your head and just find an object in the distance, spin around like I'm doing here, and just make sure that you can spin around. And what that'll do is, when you're in a firefight, you'll find that you'll have the edge because the default settings are really sluggish and slow, so if you're setting your mouse sensitivity really low, you'll tend to find that you get the edge when it comes to the firefights and the battles. And if you're running along, you need to turn around really quickly, or you need to react to something faster, you're going to have much quicker reaction times. So tip number one, always make sure that you're calibrated. So Fortnite tip number two is aim training. You should always be aim training. When you're in the lobby, go and find a gun. I mean, if you can't find a gun, you can do this with the pickaxe. But you can see here, I'm taking long shots at this guy as a moving target in the distance, a really hard shot to make. So I'm practicing there. Another guy runs in, you can see there from the right. And what I do, I practice switching targets, then I move on to him. So it's one of those things. Put yourself into real scenarios, find things that could really happen in game, and start using them. I'm not particularly great with pistols, so you find a gun that you're weak with, and then what I do here, I put myself in a real scenario. We're jumping around these containers. He starts firing back, which is actually great for me because it's more practice. And what I can do is practice jump shots, jumping around and trying to empty the actual pistol into him so that I've got the edge when I get to in-game. Now if you've got a friend with you, that's even better because we fight around these containers now and we're practicing like jump shots, we're practicing positioning, and you can see there I land a jump shot there, and it's just one of those things where you can give yourself an edge, and you're doing this all the time. You become really comfortable in game and it stops you from panicking. We've all got to them points in game where it's like, oh god, and it all starts when it's all kicking off, and what's actually great is if you get comfortable doing it here, then it actually helps. This scenario right now you're watching is in game, so the positioning there, I see them go around the caravan, I know from the aim training that they're going to backtrack, and then I get the edge on them, take them out there, and I get a beautiful blue sniper rifle there to take me on to the rest of the game. So Fortnite tip number three is to gather. Make sure that you're prioritizing what you gather as well. So always have materials ready and waiting. Now, at first, very early on, you can just get a few trees in case you need to knock up a quick set of steps or anything like that, or get some stairs ready in case you get into that one-on-one firefight early on. However, ultimately, you want to be prioritizing stone. If you've got the time and you've got the downtime, get metal, you know, obviously that's the stronger structure, but I would always say stone. It's quick to gather and it just produces enough of a shield, enough protection to get the edge. Most people are going to have lots and lots of wood in the backpack and they're going to be using that. As you can see here, this is a 50 versus 50 battle. Nearly everyone's making these stairs that we've made, these giant crazy structures out of wood. Now when people have run out, I've still got materials left because I've been gathering a lot on this one. I've still got 65 left in my backpack, and this section that I'm making is made out of stone, which is going to make us last a lot longer, and it's going to be better. And I've even got some left to put up some walls here for protection so that we can actually get an edge on our enemy, which we did go on to win that one. So Fortnite tip number four is make sure you drink potions straight away. It gives you a huge edge against someone that's not got a potion on there, and if you get into a firefight, even one-on-one, or you get caught out, this can be a massive lifesaver and a huge advantage to you. So as long as you're safe, you know, as long as you're not in a direct firefight, drink the potion. So Fortnite tip 5 and 6 have rolled into one. Tip number 5 is to close doors behind you and cover your tracks, and Fortnite tip number 6 is to set traps. So as you can see here, I drop into a house, and what I'm doing, I close the doors behind me. A lot of the time, the only way someone knows that you're in there is because you've left doors open, or you've hit through walls. You know, how many times have you approached a house and you know someone's in there, but it's because the doors are open and there's a wall part missing. So what I'm doing, I'm making sure that the doors behind me are closed so that I get the drop on people if I'm walking around the house. Now what I hear upstairs is, you can see as I get to these stairs, I hear somebody drop onto the house and they start knocking things down upstairs. So now I know that they're there. So I crouch down to minimize the noise that I'm putting out there. Now you can see there's a trap there in the far corner of the downstairs room. So while he's making all that noise upstairs, I make sure that I stay low, I go and get the trap, and I set it at the bottom of the stairs. So he still has no idea that I'm in the house right now because I've closed all the doors behind me. So what I do then, I crouch back down, I get into a corner so he can't get me through the window, and all I've got to do now is just wait for a few seconds. He's making a lot of noise, he's rushing around the house because he thinks no one's there, he's not being cautious, he's not waiting on the stairs, and as you can see there, the trap takes him out and I get the kill. So I get a med kit and another beautiful blue sniper rifle. So close doors and make sure you use your traps inside houses. Fortnite tip number 7 is to make sure you pick up ammo crates. A lot of the time I see places that have been looted, you know, but what happens is they've left the ammo behind because they don't think that they need it. They go for the chest, they go to pick up the weapon, and they don't pick up the ammo. So as you can see here, I know that there's a guy that's been here, I've seen him leave, and he's left the ammo crate. You can see there on the corner there's a chest there that he's left. So he's opened the chest and he's left all this ammo. Now I've not got a gun at this point, but I know that now that when I do and I get into the later part of the game, this is still quite early on, when I get to the later part of the game, I'm going to have ammo and I'm going to be good to go. Which leads us on nicely to Fortnite tip number 8, which is to pick your fights and know when to run. So you don't always have to fight as soon as somebody fires at you. You can see there we've gathered the stone, so I've put up a wooden wall and a stone wall to make sure we can get away. That way I can run away from this guy. He's either got to run all the way around to get me, or he's got to get through them 2 walls. A lot of people won't be bothered to do that. They'll kind of leave it, so you can go back, regroup, and as you can see here, I find some bandages and just bandage myself up. And you can always go back and fight another day. Do you know, one thing that I do find a lot of people, they get a gunshot at them, they panic, they start to spin around and they start spraying fire, and it just never works really. You know, you tend to find your game will end quickly if you do that. The other person's already got the drop on you, so they've got a huge advantage like we said earlier, so make sure you get out of there. So that concludes our Fortnite Battle Royale tips and tricks guide then. Hopefully this will help you get like the best weapons, and hopefully it'll help you finish in the top 10 much more often. Just to quickly conclude then, make sure that you calibrate your weapon, make sure that you're doing aim training in the lobby, make sure you're gathering materials, try and prioritize stone if you can, drink potions straight away, close doors behind you when you're in a house, make sure that you set traps, you know, when you're in a house, you know, utilize those because a lot of people overlook them, pick up ammo crates and pick your fights, and hopefully that will help you guys get more solo wins and make you a better player when you get to Fortnite. Thanks for watching guys, make sure that you don't miss out on the competition to win the 10 Steam codes. You know, I'm going to give away 10 to subscribers this time round. All you've got to do is be a subscriber, drop a like on the video, and make sure that you leave a Fortnite related comment down below. That's it, and then you're in with a chance to win. Just hit, like I said, just recently hit over 1,000 subscribers, so massively pleased with that. Thank you guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care now.